Hi, this is Finn. I'm songwriter in the Scandinavian band Beyond Twilight. We're musicians from the Scandinavian countries Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. And we just released a new record. It's entitled The Devil's Hall of Fame.
I'm in. Holy shit. Welcome to your own brain. You're now on main level. Set now 2.6.
The concept of the album is a mix between fiction and reality, and then real experiences in life. I'm not sure it really is fiction, but well, that's up to you to decide when you get into the lyrics of the album. The story is about a guy who hacks through a computer into his own brain, and he then travels through time and through history, where he meets different kind of people and different kind of experiences. He actually experiences his own death, but without being death, and he falls in and out of love with the same person through time. And it also deals with subjects like religion. It deals with the subject if philosophy might be religion, or the other way around. Is religion really philosophy? History has told us that through time we've kind of had sun gods, and we've had rain gods, and it's just a basic need for people to have something to believe in. And we just question if religion really is philosophy, because we have that basic need. But then again, we also know that there are so many things that science just can't explain, so there might be a God. The first track of the album is called Hellfire. This track is where the main character hacks his way into his own brain and goes out on this really deep journey where he experiences that everything around him is one big illusion, and he finds out that some of the files in his head is corrupted, and he kind of dances in the hellfire. You'll get the picture when you listen to the song.
Nothing more to gain. Take me. You do not feel. You do not think. You do not love anymore, and you don't see it.
This track is called Godless and Wicked, and it really is godless and wicked. The lyrics has a little twisted turn, which you probably will notice when you read the lyrics, because it goes from the people surrounded by him, and then it turns on to himself, thinking of the title Godless and Wicked. There is quite a lot of details on this album, which is all connected together. You might notice that word like rearranges appears in different kind of songs, and it also does in this song, which is connected to Hellfire, the first song. But yeah, read the lyrics and you'll get the hang of it. Basically, this album was written in Africa, in the Sahara Desert, and in caves and mountains, where I was out traveling just with a piece of paper and a pencil in my hand. I went on this journey to actually write the music, and then I got together with our singer Jørn Lande, which you might know from bands like Yngwie Malmsteen and The Ark and different projects. And together we wrote the lyrics for the album. This track is called Shadowland, and it's a really dark track, but also a very light and probably most melodic chorus on the album. It goes from this very black, intense music into this very nice and soft atmosphere in the chorus. Where the other two songs beginning on the album is a bit more complex, maybe a bit more progressive. This is a bit more straightened out song, although it is very progressive written. But yeah, have a listen and see what you think.
Feel the fire, strong desire. Something's waiting there for me. Deep inside, I have a feeling this was meant to be. Drifting on a river blue, I'll sail my ship forever. Let me live the dream I carry. Don't wake me from my sleep.
The album was recorded in 3 different studios. Recorded the keyboards in one studio, and then the guitar and bass in another studio. And it was recorded without amplification. We actually used some simulators and some really cool, well, pretty far out technology stuff, which actually kind of matches the lyrics and the whole concept of the album. We then continued on the recordings at Tommy Hansen in his studio, Jailhouse Studio. You might know Tommy Hansen from other records with, for instance, Halloween or Pretty Maids.
Heavy load down the winding road. Heavy load here. Come and show the way to paradise. Let me know now why.
This track is an instrumental track. It's called The Devil's Walls. And just by listening to the song, you'll probably get the picture of what it's all about. It's really a twisted song. I don't need to explain very much about this song because the whole experience of the song is in the music. So yeah, just have it and go on your own journey. As the main character of this album has hacked himself into his own brain, he finds out that some of his files in his brain is corrupted and other files are missing. And as he continues on, traveling through this history, he experiences more and more things, and more things kind of make sense to him, and he gets aware of that the truth is out there somewhere, and he gets closer and closer to the truth. And if you really closely read the lyrics, you will get the truth somewhere in the end. This song is called Crying. We're in the story now where he gets very involved in his love of his life. It's a very progressive song, but it's very melodic. It's a deeply touching song where it switches from kind of complex rhythms, and which you probably don't notice because I think the musicians in this band, they do so perfectly well that it kind of covers up, but it's really a very difficult song to play. The next song is called The Devil's Hall of Fame, which is the title track of the album. And it's quite an extraordinary piece of music. I wrote this when I was out walking in the mountains, and then I went into this cave where I just sat there writing, and then I continued on alone, just all by myself in this completely darkness. I didn't know if I went the next meter I would kind of fall 20 meters down or what was coming up. And I think you can hear in the music that this was a big inspiration to the song. It's very, very large compositions, big orchestrations, from classical arrangements to rock orchestrations. And also there is pieces of 150 voices recorded on, so there's very big choirs. And it really is an intense song. You might figure out what the Devil's Hall of Fame is all about when you read the lyrics and listen to the music. The most important thing for me to say about this song is that it definitely is the very most personal song on the album. I must really say that I'm very proud of the musicians on this album because it's incredible what they've done. And thinking of the age of these people, Jørn, the singer, is very experienced, and so is the drummer, Thomas, which you might know from other bands like Destiny. And then we have two brilliantly youngsters, just 21 years old, and I think the other one is 19, playing cello and a lute and all kinds of instruments. They're actually traveling with symphonic orchestras all around the world when they're not playing in Beyond Twilight. And I think then Jørn singing on this song is actually incredible. It's inspired from rock to jazz to really trashy metal and then really melodic progressive music. Have a listen. Closing the Circle is the next track, which is instrumental also. It's a very moody track. Personally, I think it's very beautiful, and it's technically very difficult to play, but at the same time, it's a very, very nice song to play. It really brings you in this special mood. Also, because it's an instrumental track, I don't think I need to tell so much about the song. The title is Closing the Circle, and it is about the main character meeting up with his own love through time. There's a little speech before. Well, you can figure it out yourself when you listen to it.
I had this dream that I was married. I was married to this beautiful woman. I really miss her. Is that okay? Can I miss her now? Thank you.
The last song of the album is called Perfect Dark, and to us it really is perfect dark. It's also a huge orchestrated song. Most of the songs we recorded is about 150 tracks, so it's been some kind of work to actually record this album. And what I have to say about Perfect Dark is that there is, again in the lyrics, there is hints and pieces to the story, and this last track of the album, it goes back to the beginning of the album, ending up with the same lyric as the start of the album, and then it goes into the bolero tact, ends up with trial guitars, which is for you maybe terrifying, or it could even be beautiful. Choose yourself.
There's nothing more to give.